You don't develop an untouchable aura by accident. You design it. You build it brick by brick, hour by hour, until people feel your gravity before you speak. The mistake most men make is chasing charisma like a costume. Louder clothes, bigger gestures, fresher lines. That's theater. It wobbles the moment someone tests it. An untouchable aura isn't a performance. It's a field effect, the silent, unnerving sense that you are self-governed, self-directed, and therefore ungovernable by other people's moods, labels, or leverage. This week, you will stop looking for validation and start engineering inevitability. 7 days. Not to become perfect, no one is, but to become unmistakable. Follow this exactly. Speak less, enforce more. Build the ritual. Watch rooms bend. Understand this before we begin. Untouchable does not mean cruel, evasive, or emotionless. It means your center does not move when other people tug at the surface. It means you are polite without being pliable, helpful without being harvested, warm without being wet clay. Your presence carries rules, not explanations. Your absence carries information, not panic. The more you are tested, the calmer you become, because the tests reveal what you already prepared. That calm is the aura. You will construct it in 7 layers, 1 per day. Each day has a thesis, an installation, 3 hard moves, a silence drill, and a field test. Keep a single page, paper, not an app, where you write the day's decisions and the day's enforcement. Do not argue, do not campaign, do not narrate, execute and record. By day 7, no one will be able to mistake you for the man you used to be. Day 1, the core, code before clock. Thesis: people cannot touch what is organized around a code. Most men organize around reactions, messages, meetings, panic. That makes them easy to move. You will reverse it. Today you decide who you are before you decide what you do. Installation: the 10-line code. Write in plain language 10 behaviors that will not change under pressure. 5, always. 5, never. Always. Always decide on Thursdays. Always enforce scope. We deliver what is signed, nothing else. Always reply in windows 11, 12, 16, 17. Always price urgency, never subsidize chaos. Always protect the absent. Attribute wins correctly. Never 6. Never discuss scope during delivery. 7. Never apologize for boundaries, only for harm. 8. Never accept unfunded risk. 9. Never explain decisions twice. 10. Never perform availability. Customize with your reality, but keep 10 lines. Print them. Sign at the bottom. This is not a mood, it's a constitution. 3 hard moves. Move 1. Calendar sovereignty. Block your decision window on Thursday afternoon. Block your reply windows daily, 11, 12, 16, 17. Block 2 deep work slots per day. Anyone who says quick call meets the wall of cadence. I reply at 11, 12, and 16, 17, decisions Thursday. No paragraph, 2 sentences maximum. Move 2, scope rails. Create a 1-page scope acceptance doc, deliverables, change control, risk, acceptance criteria. Send it to every live project with 1 sentence. We're aligning to this, effective immediately. The first reply will try to discuss feelings. Point at the page. Don't debate. Move 3, price urgency. Publish a rush policy. 2 rush slots per month, 1.5x fee. Booked only after written acceptance of scope reductions or price increase. Install it like plumbing. If someone calls emergency, ask 1 question. What breaks if this moves to Thursday? If the answer is nothing, it's theater. If something breaks, the rush policy turns panic into math. Silence drill, the 5-beat pause. All day, after every question that pressures you, count 5 heartbeats before answering. You are teaching your nervous system to resist the reflex to fill the room. Untouchable men don't sprint to be understood. They let silence carry weight for them. Field test, the clean. No, say no once today with 0 padding. Not sorry or maybe later. Say, no thanks. If pressed, say, not available for that scope. Nothing else. The first time hurts. The second time proves you didn't die. The third time reveals who respects you. Day 2. The frame. Language that bends the room. Thesis. You are touched when you accept other people's labels. You become untouchable when you rename the game. Frames decide whether your move looks reasonable or rude. Install frames that convert arguments into choices. Installation. The two-path answer. For every request you will present option A and option B, both acceptable to you, one recommended. Example, pilot versus rollout. Scope now versus scope phase 2. Speed with reduced features versus full features with date X. Each option has cost, risk, and a clear default. 3 hard moves. Move 1. Rename urgency. Adopt the phrase, urgency without an external clock is theater. With a clock, it's priced. Use it once, then point at the rush policy. Refuse to teach the lesson twice. Move 2. Define done. Publish a micro-standard. Done. Acceptance criteria met in writing. No almost, no basically. You are not cold, you are crystalline. The aura grows where fuzz used to live. Move 3. Install decision boxes. Replace 3 meetings with 1-page memos each. Problem, 3 options, 1 recommendation, risks priced. Add a checkbox at the top. Approve A, B, or C. Send, then leave it alone. The box makes adults decide. You stop chasing. Silence drill. The mirror. Question. When someone challenges your frame, ask, what would make this fail in week 3? Then go silent. 3 beats. The room will do the forensic work you usually do out loud. They'll respect the frame because they built it in their own heads. Field test. The frame in battle. In one live conversation today, when tension spikes, say, this is a pilot conversation. If you want a rollout outcome, we switch to rollout pricing and controls. Then stop. Watch the energy shift from persuasion to selection. Untouchable men don't win debates, they retire them. Day 3. The edge. Boundaries that enforce themselves. Thesis. People touch you by finding soft edges, places where you bend to be liked. An aura appears when edges become banks that channel the river. The trick isn't to be loud, it's to be legible and enforced. Installation. The public rule. Choose the leak that cost you most. Scope creep, late-night pings, unpriced quick favors. Write 1 rule. Example. We don't discuss scope during delivery. Announce it once. Enforce it 3 times. 3 hard moves. Move 1. Enforce without theater. When the violation happens, reply with 7 words or fewer. Per our rule, this moves to phase 2. Do not editorialize. The first enforcement is the most expensive. Pay it. The collection agency for your sanity needs a down payment. Move 2. Consequence. Over complaint. Remove access when a rule is repeatedly violated. A slower queue, an increased price, a pause. Not revenge, repricing. Complaints don't teach systems. Consequences do. Move 3. Document and publish. Put your rule and consequence on a Notion Drive page with your 10-line code. Link it in your footer. People will call you rigid once. They will call you safe in 2 months when their projects stop bleeding. Silence. Drill. The unsigned paragraph. Write the 4-sentence explanation you wish you could send. Do not send it. Delete it. Send the 7-word enforcement. Your aura grows every time you pick steel over syrup. Field test. The edge under fire. Tonight, when the urge to just make it work spikes, look at your printed code. Read line 7. Never apologize for boundaries, only for harm. Choose one ask. Decline with the rule and consequence. Then go for a walk. The pain you feel is the cost of your old identity dying. Let it die. Day 4. The rhythm. Cadence that makes you inevitable. Thesis. An aura doesn't come from noise. It comes from rhythm. Busy people feel powerful. Rhythmic people are powerful. Your predictability lowers collective anxiety and raises your weight per word. Rooms bend to cadences that outlive moods. Installation. The shipping drum. Pick one deliverable you can ship every week at the same time. Thursday, 17-1. A summary, a data pull, a feature, a decision doc. Make it public. Then hit it exactly. 3 hard moves. Move 1. Publish your windows. Pin your reply windows, decision day, and ship cadence at the top of your channels. When someone tugs outside the windows, let the message wait until the window. Your nervous system is not a public park. It's a walled garden. You decide when gates open. Move 2. Replace hustle with proof. Cancel 1 sync and replace it with a memo showing what shipped, what was blocked, and what's next. No adjectives, no therapy. 3 bullets. You'll be accused of being quiet. Smile. Quiet is expensive. Move 3. Protect spare capacity. Leave 1 hour empty daily. That emptiness is not laziness. It's leverage. It's how you pounce when something real appears. The untouchable are never out of breath because they never rent their lungs to other people's fire drills. Silence. Drill. The rhythm answer. When someone says, "Can you do it today?" Answer, "Ships Thursday." Period. Not "I'll try," not "I'll see." The aura is the trust that your Thursday means the sun rises. Field test. The drumbeat scene. Deliver exactly at your cadence today. Then say nothing. Watch who calms down. Watch who tries to pull you into performance anyway. That second group is your new liability index. Day 5. The mask. Scarcity, presence, and the unsaid thesis. Untouchable men are not the loudest, they are the rarest. Scarcity creates value, abundance erodes it. Your aura grows when access is by design, not accident, and when your presence accelerates truth. Installation. Office hours and dark hours. Pick 1 daily hour for ad hoc access and 1 daily dark hour for zero access. Publish both. The world trains you to be reachable. You will train it to be responsible. 3 hard moves. Move 1. Scarcity with warm eyes. During office hours, be fully present. Look at faces. Ask precise questions. Listen without typing. Outside office hours, be fully gone. Presence when present. Absence when absent. Mixed signals make you edible. Move 2. Publish in cadence, not compulsion. If you create publicly, move to a single weekly drop instead of continual chatter. The silence makes the drop heavy. The drop makes the silence meaningful. Move 3. Evidence over narration. Replace 5 social posts with 1 case study, before-after metric, or principle you use. Untouchable men don't ask to be believed. They place evidence on the table and let adults ingest it. Silence drill. The held eye. In one conversation, when you disagree, do not raise volume or speed. Short phrase, steady tone, eye contact. We won't do that. Full stop. The steadiness is a lighthouse. Waves can't move it. Field test. The vanish. Take a 3-hour block today without telling anyone. Turn everything off. When you return, list what pinged you. That list is the blueprint of your dependencies. Tomorrow, you remove 1. Day 6. The steal. Consequence without heat. Thesis. People try to touch you by baiting your emotions. Praise to own you, guilt to bend you, urgency to speed you up. Untouchable aura is steel. Clean consequence delivered without heat. Not revenge. Repricing, not threats. Removal. Installation, the consequence ladder. For each repeated violation, late payment, scope pressure, after-hours ping, write a 3-step consequence. Example for late payment. 1. Friendly reminder, 24 hours after due date. 2. 5% fee and paused work at 72 hours. 3. Termination at 7 days and no further engagements. Publish the latter once. Then climb it without drama. 3 hard moves. Move 1. Stop educating the willful. 1 explanation per person per rule per quarter. After that, paper replaces paragraphs. Per policy, we're at step 2. Your aura dissolves when you play substitute teacher for adults. Move 2. Protect with paper. Draft first. The first written version sets the defaults. Decisions in boxes. Numbers in tables. When someone tries to rehearse you into a fight, forward the doc. Dogma turns to dust in clear paper. Move 3. Audit your praise. Make it expensive, specific, and tied to behaviors you want repeated. Vague compliments are a leash disguised as a ribbon. Precise praise is a standard disguised as kindness. Silence drill. The unreturned serve. When someone throws bait, sarcasm, flattery, outrage, don't volley it back. Let it hit the ground. Then reframe to physics. We can ship A Friday by removing X, or we ship full scope on the 29th. No heat, just gravity. Field test, the ladder in use. Enforce step 2 of one ladder today. Don't announce, don't apologize, send the line and move on. The sensation you feel afterward, clean, light, slightly empty, is peace returning to your tissues. Day 7. The field, institutionalize your aura. Thesis. An aura becomes untouchable when it outlives your mood. Today, you will convert your behaviors into an environment others can stand on. Your presence will be a place. Your absence will be a signal, not a crisis. Installation, the operating page. Combine your 10-line code, rules, consequences, cadence, rush policy, and decision windows into one page. Title it, How I Work. Link it in your email signature, pinned channel, or booking link. You're not pitching, you're publishing a constitution. 3 hard moves. Move 1, the pre-mortem. Pick your biggest deliverable and run a 30-minute pre-mortem. It's week 3 and we failed. Why? List the top 3 failure modes. Install 1 rule, 1 clause, and 1 check to prevent them. Aura is engineered, not branded. Move 2, the succession test. Hand off 1 responsibility with a doc that lets someone else win. If your aura collapses when you're not the hero, it wasn't an aura, it was a performance. Build systems that make your presence a luxury, not a crutch. Move 3, the public standard. In one meeting, state a standard that protects outcomes. We do not debate scope and delivery, and enforce it once in the room. Pay the social cost now. The second enforcement will be cheaper, the third will be free. After that, the room polices itself. Silence drill, the cathedral. Quiet. Sit for 20 minutes with your operating page and calendar. No music, no scrolling. Ask, what can I remove that makes everything else heavier? Delete 1 commitment. Say nothing about it online. Your aura grows in what you stop needing. Field test, the week without campaigning. For the next 7 days after today, make no attempt to be perceived. No explanations, no, just so you know. No approval-seeking posts. Ship on cadence, enforce rules, price reality. Let people learn you by gravity, not narrative. What others will feel and what you must ignore. By midweek, the first cohort will complain. They don't have language for my free access to your nervous system ended, so they will say, you've changed, you're cold, you're difficult. Smile once, you have changed. Difficulty is a synonym for not programmable. Cold is the temperature of steel. It holds bridges the warm could never bear. They will attempt to pull you back with old levers, praise, guilt, urgency. You will reply with frames, cadence, consequence. If you must speak at all, speak in nouns and numbers. Keep adjectives for art. The second cohort, competent adults, will exhale. They were suffocating under everyone's niceness. Meetings were filled with syrup, deadlines with theater, emails with apologies for existing. Your cadence makes them brave. Your rules make them fast. Your scarcity makes your yes feel like sunlight. You will start receiving shorter emails with clearer asks. You will start handling larger projects with less noise. This is not magic. It's the natural result of being legible. The third cohort, wolves, will appear. They speak your language. Options, A, B, C, recommend B. Decide Thursday. Urgency without external clocks is theater. Build with them. The aura multiplies in packs. Crowds demand your warmth. Packs respect your banks. You don't need 10,000 eyes. You need 10 hands that keep promises. The untouchable are never alone. They are selective. What changes inside you and what must stay? The first internal shift is oxygen. When you stop performing availability, the air returns. You'll feel guilty at first. Guilt is domestication software, not a moral compass. Let it ring without picking up. Apologize only for harm. The second shift is density. Your words get smaller and heavier. One sentence sets rails. One clause prevents fights. One silence reveals the truth. The third shift is surplus. You'll have time you didn't recognize as yours. Spend it sharpening levers. A better default, a clearer page, a cleaner clause. Stop using spare capacity to rescue arsonists. Use it to fireproof the building. The danger is calcification, confusing steel with stone. Your aura must remain alive. Keep warm eyes with clean edges. Protect the absent. Attribute wins. Adjust your frames when reality delivers better maps. The untouchable are not inflexible. They are hard to move for the wrong reasons and quick to move for the right ones. You are not hiding. You are making your presence expensive enough that you can afford to be kind without being consumed. Scripts you will carry, use them exactly. No, here's how this works. A or B, I recommend B. Urgency without an external clock is theater. With a clock, it's priced. We don't discuss scope in delivery. I reply 11:12 and 16:17. Decisions Thursday. Done means acceptance criteria met in writing. We move this to phase 2 or remove X now. Per policy, we're at step 2 of the ladder. Each is a switch, not a speech. Deliver flat. Hold eye contact. Count 5 beats before adding anything. Most of the time, you won't need to. What you will build after the week, a one-page how I work that outlives your mood. A cadence, reply windows, decision day, ship day, that rooms predict. A rush policy that converts panic into math. A scope rail that stops the bloodletting. A consequence ladder that teaches systems faster than sermons. A pre-mortem habit that makes you cheaper than disaster. A culture around you, 2, 5, 10 people, who breathe easier when you enter because truth got cheaper and promises got safer. If you feel the urge to campaign for your new self, don't. Campaigning is begging in nicer shoes. You are not asking to be seen. You are asking the world to adjust to gravity. Gravity does not announce itself. It simply persists until denial gets tired. Frequent saboteurs and their antidotes. Saboteur, the pleaser ghost. They'll think I'm arrogant. Antidote, arrogance seeks applause. Sovereignty seeks accuracy. Repeat, I price reality. I protect outcomes. I apologize only for harm. Saboteur, the flattery trap. You're amazing. Can you just... Antidote, translate praise into process. Thanks. All additions wrote to phase 2 or reprice. Which do you prefer? Saboteur, the theatrical fire. We need this today. Antidote, what breaks if this moves to Thursday? If nothing, theater. If something, rush policy. Saboteur, the guilt siren. I thought you cared. Antidote, I care enough to keep promises. Here's the standard that protects them. Saboteur, the visibility addiction. Post more, prove more. Antidote, publish on cadence. Silence makes the drop heavier. Saboteur, the hero habit. I'll just fix it. Antidote, here's the system. Use it or we stop. How to know it's working. Your messages get shorter and your results get faster. People ask fewer quick questions and bring cleaner decisions. The worst offenders escalate once and then disappear. New allies mirror your phrases back to you. You feel less tired and more bored. That boredom is surplus, not emptiness. You take a 3-hour walk and nothing burns down. You apologize once, then write a rule that makes recurrence expensive. You hear someone defend your standard when you are not there. In 7 days, you won't become a myth. You will become a person whose presence carries terms. The terms are simple. Reality over performance, cadence over panic, paper over plea, consequence over complaint, silence over spillage. The man who lives by these terms is very hard to move for the wrong reasons and very easy to follow for the right ones. That is the aura you were lied to about. It doesn't come from charm. It comes from rules you actually keep. When the week ends, you will be tempted to post a victory lap, to call a meeting and explain your transformation. Don't. Let the new gravity speak. Gravity is patient. Gravity is quiet. Gravity is inevitable. The people who can meet you here will find you without a speech. The ones who cannot will keep asking for the old you. Give them the line that keeps your world intact and theirs honest, the line that is both door and wall depending on what they do next. No. Here's how this works.